Imagine the airport, not just as a place of departure but as the first chapter in your travel adventure. It's here, among the flurry of suitcases and the symphony of announcements, where your journey truly begins. But beware, this gateway to new experiences can quickly become a maze of mistakes, turning excitement into stress faster than a cancelled flight. Did you know that a significant number of travel mishaps occur before even boarding the plane? From the chaos of check-in lines to the puzzle of packing protocols, each step is a potential pitfall. And yet, armed with knowledge and a dash of preparation, navigating this labyrinth can be smoother than you ever imagined. In this guide, we'll unveil 10 cardinal sins to avoid at the airport, ensuring your journey begins on the right foot. From ignoring check-in times to underestimating the importance of hydration, these insights are your ticket to a seamless start. So buckle up and prepare to be enlightened, not just about the journey but about the art of travel itself. Let's embark on this voyage together, turning potential pitfalls into pathways for adventure. Chapter 1. Ignoring check-in times and boarding procedures. Have you ever seen those frantic travelers, sprinting through the airport, luggage bouncing wildly behind them? That's often the result of ignoring one golden rule. Always adhere to check-in times and boarding procedures. Airlines aren't just being strict for the fun of it. These guidelines are there to ensure everything runs smoothly. First off, arriving early is key. It's not just about beating the queue at security but also about allowing yourself that buffer for the unexpected. You know, like a surprise bag check or a last-minute gate change. And here's something you might not know. Some airlines close their gates 15 to 20 minutes before departure. Miss this window, and you could be watching your plane take off without you. It's not a risk worth taking, is it? Boarding procedures have also evolved. They're designed to minimize congestion and make the process as swift as possible. By paying attention to your boarding group and getting to the gate on time, you're not just doing yourself a favor, you're helping everyone else too. Remember, your flight starts long before you're in the air. It begins with preparation and understanding the journey ahead. Chapter 2. Overpacking your carry-on bag. We've all been tempted to stuff just one more thing into our carry-on, haven't we? But overpacking can lead to a cascade of airport woes, from extra fees to last-minute repacking under the watchful eyes of fellow travelers. Airlines are pretty clear about size and weight limits for carry-on luggage, and they're not just suggestions. Exceeding these limits can hit your wallet hard, with fees for oversized or overweight bags. Plus, that bulging carry-on won't make you any friends when you're struggling to fit it into the overhead compartment, delaying boarding for everyone else. Here's a pro tip. Wear your bulkiest items on the plane to save space in your luggage. Not only does it keep your carry-on within size limits, but you can also cozy up in that big sweater if the cabin gets chilly. And let's not forget about the strategic packing of liquids. The sauce 311 rule is non-negotiable, and nothing slows down a security line like someone fishing out oversized bottles from their carry-on. In the end, smart packing is not just about making your life easier. It's about a stress-free start to your journey, ensuring that your travel memories are about the destination, not the departure. Chapter 3. Neglecting TSA rules and restrictions. Ever find yourself behind someone at security who seems surprised that their full-size shampoo bottle is a no-go? That's a classic case of neglecting TSA rules and restrictions, a surefire way to slow down your airport experience. The Transportation Security Administration, TSA, has clear guidelines designed to keep us safe and ensure a smooth flow through security checkpoints. First up, the 311 liquids rule. Each passenger is allowed to bring liquids, gels, and aerosols in containers of 3.4 ounces, 100 milliliters, or less, all packed within a single quart-sized, zip-top bag. It's simple when you know it, but a common oversight for many. Then, there's the matter of what you can and can't pack. Did you know that certain items like full-size scissors and replica weapons can only be in checked luggage? Or that electronic cigarettes and vaping devices must be carried on? These aren't just random restrictions. They're about safety and security for everyone on board. A hot tip. Before you pack, do a quick check of the TSA website or their handy app. It's updated with all the latest rules and even has a feature where you can ask about specific items. Remember, being prepared isn't just about avoiding holdups, it's your ticket to a smoother journey. Chapter 4. Forgetting to check visa and passport requirements. This might seem like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how many travelers get caught out by visa and passport requirements. Countries can have very specific entry requirements, and, I didn't know, won't cut it at immigration. Always check your passport's expiration date well in advance. Some countries require your passport to be valid for at least 6 months beyond your date of travel. And if you're running low on blank pages, you might need to get a new one sooner than you think. As for visas, don't assume you can just show up. While many countries offer visas on arrival or electronic visas, others require a bit more legwork. Start your research early to ensure you have all the necessary paperwork. The last thing you want is to be turned away at your destination or, worse, not allowed to board your flight at all. Here's a little-known fact. Some airlines offer visa and passport checks during online check-in. It's a great way to catch any issues before you even leave for the airport. And always keep digital copies of your important documents. In a pinch, they can be a lifesaver. Chapter 5. Wearing complicated clothing through security. You've seen them, right? Travelers at airport security, struggling to remove belts, shoes, and sometimes even taking a minute too long to empty their pockets. Wearing complicated clothing through security can not only slow you down but also hold up the line for everyone else. It's a common oversight, but one that's easily avoidable. Think simple and practical when dressing for a flight. Slip-on shoes can be a real-time saver during security checks. Not only do they make it easier to navigate the scanners, but they also make it a breeze to get yourself back together on the other side. And while we're at it, consider clothing with fewer pockets and simpler accessories. The less you have to take off and put back on, the smoother your experience will be. Another thing to consider is the materials your clothes are made of. Metal embellishments, for instance, can set off detectors, leading to additional screenings. Opting for soft, comfortable, and non-metallic clothing can make your journey through airport security much faster and less intrusive. And here's a tip not everyone thinks about. Wear a watch or carry a small, easily accessible bag for your small metal items, like coins and keys. This way, you can quickly deposit them before walking through the metal detector, streamlining the process even further. Chapter 6. Leaving electronics unprepared for screening. In today's world, traveling without electronics is almost unheard of. But when it comes to airport security, not all gadgets are treated equally. TSA requires passengers to place all electronics larger than a cell phone in bins for X-ray screening. This includes laptops, tablets, e-readers, and even the latest large smartphones. Not preparing your electronics can lead to delays and potentially a more thorough inspection by security personnel. The best approach? Have your electronics easily accessible and ready to be placed in a bin. If you're carrying a laptop, for instance, keeping it in a separate, easily opened compartment of your carry-on can save precious seconds. For smaller gadgets, consider a dedicated electronics organizer. Not only does it keep your items tidy, but it also makes them easier to present at security checks. But here's something you might not know. TSA pre-registered members have it a bit easier. They don't need to remove shoes, laptops, liquids, belts, or light jackets. If you fly frequently, applying for TSA Pre could be a worthwhile investment, saving you time and hassle at the airport. And a final piece of advice. Always double-check your electronics for any prohibited items or materials. A forgotten pocket knife in a laptop bag or a banned substance in your camera case can lead to serious consequences. Better safe than sorry, right? Chapter 7. Ignoring airport signage and announcements. It's easy to get lost in the hustle and bustle of the airport, especially if you're rushing or distracted by your phone. But ignoring airport signage and announcements? That's a recipe for missing crucial updates about your flight. Airports are designed with travelers in mind, featuring clear signs pointing you towards gates, baggage claim, and essential services. Not paying attention can lead you on an unwanted airport tour, far from where you need to be. Did you know that many airports now offer apps that provide real-time updates on gate changes, flight delays, and even the fastest security checkpoint lines? Utilizing these tools can save you a lot of legwork and stress. And those overhead announcements? They're not just background noise. They often contain vital information about boarding times, gate changes, and security alerts. A helpful tip. If you're wearing headphones, keep one ear free in busy areas. This way, you can stay tuned into both your entertainment and the airport's announcements. Staying aware of your surroundings and the guidance provided ensures you won't be that person sprinting across the airport at the last minute. Chapter 8. Underestimating the distance to your gate. Airports are getting bigger and more complex, with some so large they have their own transit systems. Underestimating the distance to your gate is a common mistake that can transform a relaxed walk to your departure point into a frantic dash. Always check the airport map and pay attention to the estimated walking times often posted near security exits and on your boarding pass. A surprising fact to some: the world's largest airports can require up to 30 minutes, or more, to traverse from one end to the other. If you're flying from such a hub, factor in extra time to navigate these vast spaces. And remember, it's not just about the distance. Airports are filled with distractions, from shops to dining options, which can slow you down. Here's a savvy traveler tip. After passing through security, head straight to your gate to assess the situation. Once you know where you're headed and how long it'll take to get there, you can relax and explore, secure in the knowledge that you won't miss your flight due to a last-minute surprise sprint. Chapter 9. Relying solely on physical boarding passes. In today's digital age, sticking exclusively to physical boarding passes is like clinging to a relic of the past. Sure, they work, but they're also easy to lose or damage in the hustle and bustle of the airport. Digital boarding passes, on the other hand, are convenient, eco-friendly, and always just a smartphone away. Many travelers don't realize that most airlines have their own apps, where you can access not only your boarding pass but also real-time updates on your flight status and gate changes. This digital shift isn't just about convenience. It's a way to streamline your travel experience, reducing stress and paper waste. A compelling reason to go digital? Some airports and airlines offer dedicated lanes for travelers with e-boarding passes, allowing you to breeze through security and boarding. And if you're worried about phone battery life, many airports are now equipped with charging stations and free Wi-Fi to keep you connected. Remember, while technology is here to enhance our lives, always have a backup plan. Screenshot your boarding pass or save it in a digital wallet app. That way, even if you can't access the internet or your airline's app, you're still prepared. Chapter 10. Ignoring the need for hydration and snacks. Air travel can be dehydrating, and airport food can be expensive and, let's face it, sometimes less than appetizing. Ignoring the need for hydration and snacks is a common oversight that can lead to discomfort and crankiness. Staying hydrated is crucial, especially when flying, as the cabin air is much drier than what we're accustomed to on the ground. Many travelers don't know that you can bring an empty water bottle through security and fill it up at water stations found throughout the airport. This simple act not only keeps you hydrated but also saves you money and reduces plastic waste. As for snacks, packing your own is a smart move. Not only can you cater to your own dietary preferences and needs, but you also avoid the high prices charged for airport concessions. Portable, non-perishable snacks like nuts, granola bars, and fruit can be lifesavers during delays or when in-flight options are limited. Pro tip: avoid salty snacks and alcohol before and during your flight as they can exacerbate dehydration. Opting for water or electrolyte-rich beverages can make a significant difference in how you feel during and after your journey.